Can we put an image of a hat back there?
We could put a big image of a hat.
A hat.
I'm wearing a hat, and you're wearing a hat, and we are both the hat. Wait, what's your name again?
Haddington.
Haddington, and I'm James Cornwell Pennyworth the third.
I tip my hat to you.
I tip my hat to you. Good Haddington. How are the Tories doing on this dreary Sunday day?
I'll tell you, Tories are gonna get creamed next time they go to Parliament.
Next time they go to Parliament,
it's gonna be a real licking.
Oh, it's gonna be the old Labours. They know how to. They know how to labor.
There's only two parties in England, right?
I don't know. I don't
follow
politics.
Labour and Tory.
Tory, yeah. Labour, Tory, and Liberal?
No.
Democrats?
No.
Whigs?
No, hats.
Hats. We're wearing hats. You've seen Jurassic Park, right? Yep. In Jurassic Park, there's those dinosaurs with like the umbrella heads. So we just used to go like, like that. All right, pick one. Which one do you want?
Elephant.
All right, elephant. All right, why'd you pick the elephant?
Because it's got the Whoville flower.
It's cute. I like it. This one's my mom got me this one. It's a stock. I think she just buys sees stuff on the way to the gift shop. She's like, I could make up for last time. What's that one's name? Say what?
What happened last time?
Oh no, nothing. I didn't meet her till I was like 26. Long story. What's that? What's their name?
This one is Wallace.
Wallace. What's this guy's name?
That one is Ashton.
Aston? Why'd you pick that name?
Because it just sounds like a suave name, and so does Wallace.
So this guy, they're both suave people.
They're suave.
So they're meeting in the club.
I mean, suave people meet at a lot of places, but yeah, the club.
This is the club, and then Wallace comes in Pulp Fiction comes up to Aston and says,
I forget the famous line.
What? That's what he says?
Yeah, that's what he says.
And then he goes like, what are you talking about? What famous line?
You know, the line right before they do the weird dance at the club.
Are you asking me to dance?
I am, but we have to do it really weird and awkwardly like in the movie.
All right,
it'll be iconic.
And then he goes like, hey, you wanna come back to my place?
Sure.
All right, let's get in my car. And they drive to this is like in Long Island, so they drive to Hicksville, and they come to the place like, all right, you're gonna have to forgive me. My place is a little messy. And then how's Wallace feeling right now?
Wallace is a little worried about being out in the sticks. What's going on here?
Oh, why? Because Wallace.
I don't know. The sticks. It just seems like it's really isolated.
Yeah. Has Wallace done this sort of thing before?
No.
Never?
No.
So it's probably a lot of nervous energy from that too.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of conflicting thoughts, and he takes them in his bedroom, and then he goes like, all right, here's my train set, and then he turns on the lights, and this giant train set in his entire his bed is kind of hidden under it's just taking over his whole room, and then Wallace goes,
wow. So do you play with toys a lot?
I love playing with trains. That's my hobby. It's all I could think of. I have every scale, each part of my room, each room in my house. I have a 3-bedroom house, and each one of them have a different scale model trains.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you want to play with any of the trains?
Sure. Let's play with trains and not do anything weird.
No, we're not gonna do anything. Hey, wait, there's 2 stuffed animals over here. How about you take one stuffed animal? One's like a tiny little elephant, and one's a tiny little moose. And you pick which one you want. Which one you want? You want the moose or the elephant?
You know what? I'll be the moose.
Okay. All right. Here's the moose, and here's the elephant. And let's do role playing. So, what's your moose's name?
So my moose's name is I'm gonna call him Aston after you because he looks just like you.
Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna call my elephant Wallace because it's cute like you.
Oh my God, that's the nicest thing anyone has ever said.
Hi, Wallace, Aston. How you doing?
Hey, Aston. I'm pretty cool. I'm doing great.
All right, now I'm getting kind of weird and nervous, so I'm just gonna send you off and just gonna go to bed.
All right, that's probably for the best.
Sorry, I'm kind of new. I'm discovering my sexuality. It's weird growing up in the sticks like this, and there's conflicting feelings. So, when things get too intense and heated. I just have to like back off. And then how does Wallace feel?
And Wallace is just like, you know, you should just stick with your trains then. That's probably for the best.
And that kind of like hits him in his head, and like like he's
Oh,
like
wow.
he knows where like the night's he kind of ruined the night for himself.
He did.
And
man.
when Wallace said that, he realized that it's really clear to the world how lonely he is, and it kind of hurt him, but he just crawls in his bed and just thinks about it. But he's also drunk, and I think tomorrow's another day. So then Wallace.
So Wallace feels a little bit shooken up too, just because that was a weird interaction. And he feels a little like guilty that maybe he made Ashton feel kind of bad, but at the same time he kind of didn't want to be there.
So then he starts to turn around.
He
and
does.
goes back to the door. Yeah, knocks on the door, and then knock, 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 knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock. Ashton.
What? Hello?
Hey, Ashton.
What?
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
Oh,
I
yeah?
feel like I may have made you uncomfortable. I didn't mean to make fun of you with like your trains. I think that's cool.
No, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Well.
And then Ashton feels like a shock of bravery, and then he just moves in to kiss, and then he kisses her.
Oh
kisses
my
him,
God.
And then they go back and they have gay animal sex.
What would that look like?
Oh, dude, I think. All right. This is inappropriate.
Probably switch up.
Yeah, all right, so then switch, because they're both, like, tops, so it's, like, weird for them. And then, all right, because it's also, it's gone dirty, or this is, it's all right, but that's part of the adult thing.
well,
And then,
it's
afterwards,
natural.
because, like, they cuddle, and they spoon.
Yes.
And they hold each other.
So it's very wholesome, actually.
It's very wholesome.
Yeah.
And then, it's the next morning, and then Wallace wakes up, and he's, like, hungover. And then what happens?
He kind of sneaks out, takes a look at what's going
train
on.
set?
Yeah. And then he decides, well, maybe I shouldn't wake up Ashton.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be weird if I was still here.
Yeah.
So maybe I should just go. I could, like, send him a text or something later. Goodbye, sleeping Ashton.
And then Ashton turns over.
It's also reusable. That's another thing.
Yeah.
If it was a one-time blood squib, we'd be fine. But it's reusable. So it's
Yeah.
expensive. We were like, hey, let's do this. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just worried about ripping my pants.
I like diversifying bonds.
Thought about a startup, maybe.
Yes.
Get a little office
Oh
in
man.
Williamsburg.
Yes.
Put some. I know a guy who'll do some stencil graffiti.
Like Binsky?
I can't disclose his name.
You can't disclose his name.
It's
I know of a
It's-
graffiti artist named Binsky.
It's Binsky.
It's Binsky. I'm a big fan
It's
of Binsky.
Binsky.
Let's see some of Binsky's graffiti right now.
Oh, I like that one.
That's a picture of a giant dick. It's cock. Some people say dick. I guess dick is what people say. Let's see this other one. How do you feel about that one?
It's not early period.
Okay.
Early period.
That one
Not
says
great.
that one's a sign that says this isn't from my early period, dickhead. I don't like you.
Are we gonna put some coal up there, maybe?
Yeah, let's put some coal. All right. Here's one coal. Here's two coals. Here's 3 coals. This isn't 4 coals. 5 coals. All right, we got 4 minutes left. Let's.
Brinca vedo calda di testa, una confessa fa pedare, se dormi alza qualche ragazza, te con quella cerca te con quella cerca senza la cura della sia, chi mi nuetto, chi la follia, chi la mano a fare per chi la mano a fare per chi la follia a fare per chi la mano a fare per e ne offran tanto da, han giocato con questo che vuoi moreggiare, alla mia lista tu nada cina fenomenal, tu nada cina fenomenal, senza la cura della fantasia, chi il minuetto, chi la follia, chi la mano, fenomenal. La mia lista tu nada cina, sei coming on.
Dear victim, follow these instructions with fidelity and zeal. Be appreciative of these instructions and thankful for our efforts to extort you. We have gone through great pains to kidnap your son, and I don't think it's too much to ask that you recognize the efforts we put out here. We really went all out in this one, investing in ice cream trucks, gas masks, insurance, and guns aren't cheap. All to get your son who, I must say, turned out to be utterly obnoxious. You have done a horrible job of raising him. As I write this, he is kicking the back of my chair while singing the alphabet song. It's quite unbearable. He, by the way, says hi. He wants to know if he can watch SpongeBob. I have told him no. I hope you will be happy to hear that at this moment he is safe and sound and will be returned to you safely if, and only if, you follow these instructions with fidelity and zeal. First, and this is the most important note, do not call the cops. We do not like the cops for their history of interference with kidnappers and, incidentally, their war against brown and black communities across America. We are a very progressive group. Proceeds for every ransom goes to giving t-shirts to starving African kids. We want you to empty your bank account and place $200,000 in unmarked, non-sequential bills into a brown suitcase and find your way onto the 6th train and get off at the 53rd Street station. Once you leave the station, head south on 2nd Avenue towards the express bus stop. M15, I think. You will meet a middle-aged woman from the Bronx there. She will notice you and you will notice her. You will recognize her as the one staring at you with contempt and disdain. Walk up to her and speak the code words to her. Boy, these buses are taking a long time, don't they? She will respond, that goddamn de Blasio, that goddamn Vision Zero. Hand her the briefcase and wink at her to get the point across that the drop has happened. This woman is a temp worker, and we don't have a lot of confidence in her ability to perform under pressure. As you walk away, don't miss the money. You were never one for the materialism shit. Remember all the times you yelled at your friends at the bars or whispered at strangers at laundromats that you define yourself with your wealth, that you don't define yourself by your wealth, but by the people around you. Cross the street heading east. There you'll see a Midtown yuppie in a Brooks Brothers suit careering down the road in a city bike. He will almost run over an elderly Hispanic woman crossing the street. So yell at him not for being in the bike lane and for nearly blowing through the red light, and not for watching where he is going. He will throw you a smug look and give you the middle finger. Watch as you ride away and do not help the old woman up. You care, but not that much. Continue walking towards the East River. 50 years ago, this area used to be a gay cruising spot where young teen boys would hang out in pool halls, looking to give the blowjobs to older men in exchange for cash. Quite a system they had going on there. I have nothing but respect for young entrepreneurs of all stripes. It's not that type of neighborhood anymore, with all the pool halls and drag queens and old being replaced by Midtown yuppies wearing Brooks Brothers suits who ride on city bikes, who right now are in some Midtown bar cursing the audacity of those types of people who do that type of thing and get in front of his sort of bike and so on and so on. Try not to get worked up over this change. Understand that this is the nature of the city. Special things go missing all the time. For example, your son. Walk further east until you run out of road, where you'll find a set of stairs that lead you down to a park that sits at the edge of the East River. Walk past the dog run and the couple making out. The man has undone her blouse so you can kind of see her tits hanging out, which is nice. And past the man who looks like he lost his hair through a curse. Find a park bench right at the edge where you will all be alone. Sit there and look out into the East River. Please do this as looking into rivers interferes with police GPS signals. It blocks it or something. I don't know how. That's what the tech experts tell us. Something about satellites. I don't know. Sit there and think about your son and how much you miss him. Look at the river and trace the current with your eyes. Think about how one day these waters will rise and possibly wash the whole city away. Worry about the type of future that is in store for your son. Let that dystopian bleakness remind you of your anarchist friend Matt, which will then remind you of your seamstress friend Andrea, which will remind you of Luis, which will remind you of Dennis, which will then remind you of your mother and your brother who moved to New Orleans, and the ex who moved to Chicago. Think about these people. Think about all the people you encountered in the past 5 years alone. Visualize their faces. Think about the sheer poundage of people who've been there for you, who have supported you, who have cared for you, who have loved you, no matter how fleeting. Attempt to count that number. Attempt to see where you would be without them. Feel lucky. Feel blessed. Feel upset that you can never give back as much as you've taken. Start to cry. Crying interferes with the police listening devices. Same thing as before. I don't get the whole science behind this shit, but be thankful. Be thankful that you even had a son, even if you'll never see him again. Be thankful that you've had a chance to see him smile. Be thankful that you have the strength to cry and that you have something to cry about. Think about thankfulness, what it takes to be thankful. Can a king be thankful? A plantation owner? All those Brooklyn kids across the river? Can anyone be thankful for something that they've taken. For example, can I be thankful for your son even if I took him from you? I guess we can meet up after this horror deal for drinks and discuss this sort of thing, the philosophical elements, have a couple of laughs. I'll pay for the first round, but first you must follow these instructions with fidelity and zeal. While you're crying, a man in a plaid suit will sit next to you. Have a conversation with him. Boy, the Jets this year are a disappointment. Boy, howdy, he'll say. He'll deposit a key in your pocket. Walk to Koreatown with a key in your pocket. Walk past 32nd and Lex and remember how 5 years ago you saw an old woman die there of a heart attack. Afterwards, you walked into a dollar pizza joint and saw Dr. Oz on television holding jars of poop, discussing the right type of stool, a situation which put you in an existential crisis. As you stare at the intersection of 32 and Lex, note that the city, you're always walking past ghosts of old memories. On every corner, there is a spot that reminds you of something important that happened there. Remember that and hold on to that concept, ghost of old memories, because you can impress women in bars with it, and they'll probably sleep with you if you say it right. Keep walking and go to the oldest karaoke bar in the city, the one off of 5th, and walk inside. Order a booth for yourself, and a beautiful Korean woman will lead you down a dark hallway into a small room full of neon lights. Select song 1027, Britney Spears' Toxic, quite possibly the crowning achievement of the diva's career. Sing the song until the bridge and a secret door will open up behind you. There you will find your boy. He will be dead. Our intern James forgot to feed him. Sorry about that. But for now, at this moment, you do not know that. For now, you think he's still alive, and so we advise you to follow our instructions with fidelity and zeal. Before we close this letter, please keep in mind that we are professionals in this whole kidnapping racket, and we know what we are doing. We are geniuses at this and have anticipated your every move. Do not put a tracking bug or an ink pack in the bag as we've seen the movie Speed, and we've totally seen that one coming. Do not drive an ocean liner into an island as we have seen Speed 2. Do not offer the ransom as bounty for our capture as we have seen Ransom with Mel Gibson. Do not sacrifice your son on behalf of the others as we have read the Gospels. All we ask for you to do is follow our instructions with fidelity and zeal. If you have any questions, you can contact our customer service representatives at any time at 786-493-3441. Or you may reach our offices at 113 East 32nd Street, 5th floor, past the Panera Regional Offices. You will recognize our building. It's the one with the pile of dead children in front. Do you want to see me pull a rabbit out of my hat?
Sure.
All right, so there's nothing in my hat, right? This is magic. All right, so now, like abracadabra, all right?
Where's his body?
It's a stinker. So ain't I a stinker?
I just got got.
You just got got.
I just got got.
You got a got. All right, put it on the screen. 1, 2, 3. You got a got. Thank you very much, everybody.